So I've just been making lots of videos for an upcoming show on Hochanda for the new colours of glitter markers from Tonic Studios. I've done a quick tips video on how to activate your glitter markers, but I thought I would do a 5 ways to use glitter markers video, because you kind of look at the glitter marker and it's like, well, it's a pen, I can colour with it, but there are plenty of other things that you can do with it. So, first on my list is stamping. I never even thought of this. I've had the other colours for a couple of months and I never even thought that you could stamp with them. And I don't know what made me try it, but I was like, yay, it works really well. So anyway, this one is a really simple card. I've used the green, the pink and the brown, which are 3 of the new colours. I should probably give you their real names. I think they're Morning Moss, Strawberry Bonbon and Iced Americano. And I've also used them to watercolour in the sentiment too. But anyway, with the stamping, you want to hold them kind of horizontal to your stamp, and so you're holding the pen like this and you're colouring in the stamp, and then they seem to stay wet enough for you to just, even when you were doing multiple colours, just flip it over and stamp it, or you could use the stamping platform to do the 3 different colours individually, but I just put them all on the stamp together and stamp with an acrylic block. But the other great thing is, for this background, this was using a clear stamp and this was using a rubber stamp, and they work equally as well. So this was a first generation impression, but if you spritz it with a little bit of water, you can even get ghost impressions. I think I could get 3 decent impressions out of them as well. And a great other advantage for using these for stamping is, well, one, it's like using a sparkly ink, but in a pen form, but 2, you see this stamp, it's got this circular element in the centre, so here I just coloured it with the urban graphite and just stamped the middle, which is a really cool idea as well. I've actually used the stamping on quite a few of these samples, because once I realised you could do it, I'm like, I'm going to stamp again. Anyway, number 2. So that my second use for glitter markers is creating your own patterns with them. So for this one, I took an A6 piece of card, this is about half of that, and I literally just took the 4 new colours, which is Strawberry Bonbon, Wild Lavender, Athenian Blue and Morning Moss, and I just drew diagonal stripes across the card, and then on some of them I added in some horizontal stripes across them too, or vertical stripes even, and then I added in a few dots or dashes just to make a cool, so it kind of looks like a patterned paper really, but it's all really glittery, you can kind of see that there. And then I just finished the card off really simply. So that's my, oh actually, to go along with this, so the second use is patterns, but also just doodling. So here I just doodled some hearts, and I also scribbled some of it onto my glass mat and picked it up with a water brush and doodled in some extra hearts too. So that's the second way. The third way to use your glitter markers is watercolouring. I've actually done that on pretty much all of these cards. So you just take your pen, scribble it onto the glass mat and pick it up with a water brush. It's really simple to do. I did it for the whole of this one. When you do it this way, you kind of spread the glitter out more. So the outside of this flower and the lighter purple was me picking it up with the water brush. But as you can see on these darker green bits and the darker purple, there's a higher concentration of glitter, and that's because I went directly onto the paper and dragged it out a bit. If you go directly onto the paper, it does kind of soak in exactly where you've drawn it, but if you're quick and you only colour in one little bit at a time and pull it out, it works quite well. And again, you can blend out further by then scribbling onto the mat and picking up some more colour too. So that was the main example showing the watercolouring, but other subtler ways to use the watercolouring is here. This is an outline stamp of the word gorgeous. I just used a pro marker to colour it in to make it a solid black, and then I used the urban graphite with a water brush just to add a subtle sparkle. It's kind of like you've used the Aqua Shimmer glitter gloss pen, but you've utilised your other colours of glitter markers instead. And then, so basically all of these have got a bit of the watercolouring on. Oh, this is just the stamped outline, and then I watercoloured it in. Rather than adding the solid colouring first, I just watercoloured in the outline. And this one, I've watercoloured the images, and this is from this larger stamp. I've just cut the flower element out, and this stamp set had a couple of larger leaves and smaller leaves as well. And on this one, this is also watercolouring. So here I scribbled out some strawberry bonbon, wild lavender and Athenian blue onto my craft mat or glass mat, and then I picked up the colour with a water brush and just did really random, it's quite difficult to see actually, really random patches. So there's a pink patch, a blue patch, a purple patch, just to make a messy watercolour background. And a further use of these as watercolour, you see the sort of splodges in the background, that was the urban graphite. I scribbled it onto the glass mat, picked it up with a water brush and then flicked it on to give this kind of effect, which I thought was lovely too. So the fourth way to use glitter markers is ink blending. I did not think this would work at all, but it works really, really well. I did two main examples with this. So you do get a little bit of a patchy look compared to if you were using distress inks or something, but you do get a really gorgeous subtle shimmer across the whole thing. You can kind of see that there, and all I used was one of the Tonic Studios smoothies. So I'd use the blue there, green there and brown too. So for this one I used the Morning Moss and the Athenian blue, and look, if you compare, this heart is full strength Morning Moss, so you get a nice subtler version of the colour as well when you're ink blending. So I just created the background using those two colours, and then you can even ink blend them through a stencil. So I took the Tonic Studios layered hexagon stencil and obviously the iced Americano brown colour, and inked through the stencil as well. And I also stamped on this one too, that these images are with the stamping as well. Then finally, my fifth way of using the glitter markers is really simple. It's just using them to edge your panel. So you literally hold the pen right up against the edge of the panel and drag it round. You might get a bit of an uneven border sometimes, but I think that adds to it. So that's just giving you a lovely glittery faux matte to the edge of your card. I've done it on that one, and I did one strip on either side of this one using the urban graphite as well. So I hope you enjoyed my little video showing 5 ways to use the Tonic Studios Nuvo Glitter Markers. They originally brought out 9 colours last year, which are quite a nice bright and vibrant palette. I actually have a swatch of them. These were the old colours, a proper rainbow of colours, and now they've brought out 6 new colours in like the 2018 colours that they're bringing out in their Nuvo range. They're very similar in colour tone to the Nuvo mica sprays that came out recently as well, which is really nice. I haven't used them in conjunction with each other yet, but they will work really nicely, I think. So there, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, bye!